Alright guys, we're still talking about change, and one good change in my life was when I started working and had money to buy my own stuff. I remember the first car I purchased with my own money. It was a black Nissan Maxima, and it was old and rough looking. I ended up paying $200 for it. Now, I picked up the car, and I was driving it over to a friend's house to show him, and I'm in a long line of cars, and someone cuts a guy off in front of me. The guy in front of me slams on his brakes, and I rear-end him with the car I bought just 15 minutes ago. I got a ticket because if you rear-end someone, it's your fault in Indiana. And I totaled my car. The radiator was blown and it was going to cost more to fix it than what I paid for the car. In one day, this good change of being able to buy a new car turned into a negative change of losing $200, having to pay a $100 ticket, and having my insurance go up. Today I want to talk specifically about negative change. This is the kind of change that we face when it's the kind of change we face that we don't want or wish we didn't have to face, or we've seen in really negative light. And when something changes in a way we don't want it to, it feels a lot like something is broken in our lives. And the bad news is sometimes change means that whatever is broken simply can't be fixed. When that happens, some of you may even wonder this: why hasn't God stepped in to fix the thing that feels broken? It's important for us to know that while God hasn't promised to make everything go the way we want it to, He has promised us something else. The Bible is a collection of writings, and it's divided into two sections. There's the Old Testament, which are all the parts written before Jesus came to earth, and then there's the New Testament, which includes Jesus and everything that came afterwards. In a lot of ways, the Old Testament tells the story of God's relationship with the people of Israel. God chose this people group, starting with a guy named Abraham, and he grew family by family, generation by generation, and it was through that group of people, all those generations of families, that God's son Jesus would be born. Now, these people were really important to God, but they had a problem. They kept breaking things, mainly their relationship with God. And every time the people of Israel got in trouble, they asked God to fix it. Sometimes He did, sometimes He didn't. But either way, He promised them something that they could hold on to no matter what. Here's what He said in the book of Isaiah: "When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. And when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. The flames will not set you ablaze." In other words, you will find yourself in difficult situations. Remember last week, we're all going to go through them. It's not a matter of if you do, but when you do. You will face change, and it's going to be hard to handle sometimes. So if that's true, what does God promise us when those things happen? He promises us that He will be with us. Hundreds of years after the book of Isaiah was written, one of the last things that Jesus said to His followers, hours before He was arrested and put on the cross to die, was this: "I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world." Jesus told His disciples that they could take comfort in the fact that He had overcome the difficulty they would face. His very arrival on earth was to signify that God was with us. And when we know that God is with us, we can find the courage to face difficult challenges and circumstances. Just before Jesus tells this to His disciples, Jesus echoes the message of Isaiah of God being with us when He tells His followers this. He says, "It is for your good that I am going away. Unless I go away, the advocate will not come to you." He's talking about the Holy Spirit. "But if I go, I will send Him to you." The advocate, the helper, the comforter, the Holy Spirit was coming in Jesus' place, meaning no matter what happened to Jesus, God's going to be with us. Jesus' Spirit's going to be with us. No matter what you're going through, God is with you, even if. Even if you feel hurt over what your friends did to you. Even if you feel sad because life will never go back to the way it was before. Even if you can't imagine a way through all of the pain that you're going through. Even if you can't tell how things will turn out. When life changes and it feels like things are broken and can't be fixed, in those moments, there are a few things that I'd love for you to do. First, just be honest. God is a big God. He can handle it. But he's also a God full of compassion, hope, and comfort, which means he can help you. Just like the people of Israel, he knows that you'll pass through waters, you'll pass through rivers, you'll pass through fire. Like Jesus said, he knows that in this world you will have trouble. He sees everything, so you can talk to him about it. You can be honest about how you feel, good or bad. You can be honest about the things that you hope he'll fix. So second, run toward God, not away from him. Trust that he is with you, even if things don't seem to be turning around or getting fixed. Choose to believe that his promise of being with you in all of it is true and can be trusted. When things go bad, he is with you. When things change, guess what? He's with you. When nothing seems to be getting better, he is with you. It may not be the fix you're looking for, but practice believing that it's enough for right now to help you get through whatever it is you're facing. Change isn't easy, and some of it's flat out painful. But remember, everything changes, everyone goes through change, but some things never change. And that's God's commitment to you, Jesus' love for you, and his availability to hear you out never changes. God is with you, even if.